Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm just going to add my branding here real quick. Hello. If you guys are on, let me know who's on live with us today. Again, I feel like we've already gone through a week this week and it's just Tuesday. So I was just talking to Devin about that right now. Like before, I was like, as a business owner, I feel like we go through all of these different crazy emotions on a day basis instead of jaunting through life. We're always feeling all the things. So if you ladies are on, please let me know who's here. I'm going to make sure that I'm going into the groups as well. And Devin will be on commenting as me, I believe, helping to answer any of your guys' questions, as well as tag you ladies who said you wanted to show up today. So I'm just going to comment here, and then I'm going to make sure that you guys have the StreamYard link. So I'll do that too. On the 500K group. So let me know when you guys are on. I'm really excited today to talk about, obviously, Facebook ads. Facebook ads are something that some people get afraid of, but I want you to know they're actually some of the best things that you can do for your business, especially as you're growing. So if you're ready to learn about Facebook ads, like this video, let me know. And we'll chat a little bit more about this because obviously the updates and everything. Also, if you're on replay, hashtag replay, so that we can go through that process too. And I can come and make sure I'm answering any of your questions. But the iOS update is something that's been on a lot of people's minds lately. And that's just because they've obviously done some different changes. They've added some things, they've taken some things away. And I think for a lot of people, when it comes to ads in general, there's just kind of a fear there because you don't really know what's going on or what you're doing or how to do it properly. And that's something that we just can work on together, right? That's what I'm going to make sure that I'm sharing with you ladies and explaining why ads can transform your business and why these changes, aren't keeping ads, like you shouldn't stay away from ads, right? They're actually not that scary. I have some numbers for you that I'll share. These again are just my numbers for my clients, so they may be different per person and per industry. But something that I'm realizing with the iOS updates is one, we can fully track sales on Google Analytics. So the back end of your business, we are able to fully track stuff. So even though Facebook has changed how they're tracking things within the management system, and it's not really Facebook, it's iOS allowing them these certain updates, but we can figure out about 100% of the sales and where they're coming from with Google Analytics. And in the back end of the Facebook Ads Manager right now, it's about 80%. It's tracking about 80% of your sales, which honestly is pretty good. This right now is a sign that Facebook ads actually are consistent, that we're getting about 80% of our sales within that 7-day window, which is powerful. Obviously, our goal for when we're doing conversion ads is for our clients to buy from us. So purchasing within 7 days instead of the 28 days is very powerful. But again, as an ads manager, the biggest thing you ladies need to know is it affects me more than it's going to affect you and your ads that you're doing. All right. This has nothing to do with whether you're going to get less purchases, whether less people are going to see your stuff. Granted, the iOS, if people are opting out of certain things, yes, they may or may not see your ads less or more. And those numbers are still kind of coming about. Hi, ladies. I see a lot of you dropping on, so let me know who's here. Like this video, say hi, say hashtag live, and ask me any of your questions about current Facebook ads changes. Are you afraid of Facebook ads now? Are you currently doing ads and you're like, Nicole, help, I don't know what the F I'm doing anymore? Let me know in the comments because, again, I can answer those questions on the live today. Also, those of you on the replay, I can answer any questions as well. So I'll make sure to do that to make sure that we're supporting you guys and answering anything that we can live or even after the live. But just like I was saying, some of the things and some of the changes that are happening are, I'm just going to go through kind of the list here. So Facebook ads used to be able to track about 28 days of action. So what that means is after somebody engaged with our Facebook ad, Facebook would be able to put like this little kind of, I call it like a little pin, on this person, and they'd get to follow this person wherever they went, in a sense, like what they did online, right? And with that being said, is if they took action on like a retargeting campaign or on whatever type of campaign you had within 28 days, Facebook would be able to track that. And they tracked it pretty well. Granted, I didn't have the numbers like I kind of do now. So now we can only track people for 7 days, which is pretty much the big difference. So we're cutting it down to 1/4 of the tracking period that we used to get on people. But something that I'm noticing is Google Analytics is going to be your best friend, especially if you're a product business, because those are the businesses that really need to track what's coming from ads and what are those conversions, right? As service providers, a lot of us are doing ads for lead generation, getting calls, so we can kind of monitor that ourselves, right? If we're seeing an influx and people joining our email list, joining our Facebook groups, calling us, it's coming from ads. But as product providers, I want you guys to know that you're still able to fully track where things are coming from. There's just some new tools and new like coding you have to put into things. But it's not scary. Google Analytics is going to be your best friend. Like I was telling Devin before this live, Google Analytics can track 100% of where your stuff's coming from. Now, I don't know all of like the coding in Google Analytics, but I do know there's a way to make sure that when it says like there's a no source or there's like a direct source, there is a way to see, did that really come from social media? So from what I've noticed from my clients, I can tell 100% of the time where our purchases are coming from, and if they're coming from Facebook ads, bless you, Devin. And then on the Facebook back end, right? So the Facebook manager setup, I can track still about 80% of our purchases. So Facebook ads manager is still doing a really good job, even though we're missing 20%, right? That can seem like a lot, but that's why I love Google Analytics. But with that being said too, that's telling us some big numbers here, ladies, with how our customers actually interact with our ads. And it's powerful, okay? Knowing that 80% of the people who are seeing our ads right now are purchasing within that 7-day window is pretty crazy, especially if you're doing retargeting ads, especially if you're doing funnel campaigns, as I do for my clients. It's very powerful. And I just want to say, and those of you guys who are watching, please write down in the comments, Facebook ads are not ruined, okay? Facebook ads are not messed up. Things still are processing well. People are still getting good sales. I haven't seen any decline, which a lot of ads managers, like we were stressed out about because we were worried. You know, obviously the tracking is what proves to our clients that Facebook ads are working and that paying for us is beneficial. So we were very nervous about what kind of was going to be happening there. And it seems that things are just fine, right? Again, we're going to be having to use Google Analytics more than we were before, but at the same time, it's something that we can kind of put together for our clients and have everything in one space, which I also think is really good because if you guys have ever been in the back end of Facebook Ads Manager, that's not a pretty thing to look at most of the time. So Google Analytics, you guys can actually create all these different like dashboards. Like I said, I don't know how to do it yet, but I'm going to learn. Shout out to my girl, Jessica, because she's going to teach me. But you can create these different models and dashboards to kind of show you where things are coming from in a very clean and organized way, which I'm excited to get that together for my clients as well. But even before that, everything can be tracked. We're not missing people. Things reach hasn't really drastically decreased. I will say though, on my ads, I have included desktop again because just doing mobile has kind of decreased who I'm reaching. But other than that, ladies, there isn't a terrible like, oh no, don't use Facebook ads anymore. If anything, I'm kind of seeing like an increase, and maybe that's because people are using Facebook ads less right now. I don't know. But I also will say something. So I'm testing out a method that I saw from another Facebook ads manager. They're newer into the field. So I'm testing it out. They had great data. So I want to test it out, right? Like I don't know everything. And something that I'm realizing is a lot of people who've done Facebook ads in the past have relied a ton on the Facebook ads algorithm. That's the one thing that's kind of being gypped and messed up currently. So lookalike audiences are having a harder time, which means you need to broaden your horizon on lookalike audiences. If you don't know what a lookalike audience is, here's kind of a definition of it. It's based off of something that you're tracking from like your pixel or your website. So let's say purchases. And then Facebook creates an audience based off of people who purchase from your website and says, oh, we can create a whole new audience that looks just like those people that have already purchased from you. And we're going to, infer that they'll also buy. So those audiences have been definitely narrowed down a bit. Retargeting has been a little bit harder, but I've just been using a lot of the current data that we have. So any data that Facebook can track, so engagement on Facebook and Instagram pages, video views, page followers, anything of that sort, they can track. That's their data. iOS doesn't have anything to do with that, as well as our own back end of our website data. So email lists, people who are abandoning checkout, views, we can do all of that stuff ourselves and add in those lists. So that's been helping me with my current client stuff. This has been going on now for about 2.5 weeks that it's been fully enforced. And again, like I say to all my ladies who are trying ads, it takes about a week for you to understand what things are doing. So we have 2.5 weeks under our belt. And at this point in time, I'm really happy with what is happening because I think I'm starting to understand it, as well as not see it hindering my clients reaching the proper people and getting purchases, which honestly is the most important thing there. And then another thing that I'm kind of seeing different that is a pro for us, but maybe not for other ads managers who aren't used to doing this, is I've never relied fully on like retargeting audiences or lookalike audiences. I have fully relied on my interest detailed targeting that I do for clients and my funnel targeting. Those audiences are killing it right now because all of those interests, a lot of those are based off of the interactions that people are taking on Facebook and Instagram, not what they're taking outside of Facebook. So pretty much what iOS has done to those ladies who are on, I know I see a lot of you guys on and popping on. Let me know if this information is like blowing your mind right now. Let me know if you have any questions because I know it's a lot. Like this video if you're like, yes, I need this information because I want to make sure we're sharing it with everybody. But pretty much what iOS has done is they have said, hey, we're not allowing you to track what our users are doing outside of your app anymore. And we're not allowing you to track them for longer than 7 days after they've engaged in an ad. All right, that's pretty much what they're telling. So when you used to talk to your phone or like you're talking to your husband, you're like, hey, you really need to buy me flowers because you've been slacking. And then all of a sudden you saw flower ads on your Facebook feed. That's because Facebook still had the rights to track you outside of the app. Now they don't have that anymore, which means, right, bad things for advertisers who are focusing on lookalike audiences and retargeting audiences and data outside of the app. But for me and my clients and what I teach and what I do is it's mainly all focused on the interaction within Facebook and Instagram because let me tell you, we're on it a lot and there's plenty of data there to find really good success. Yay, I'm so happy. Mind blown, guys. Love it. But that's something that I think has been really cool. I'm testing it currently with these new type of ads that I'm doing and they're blowing up still. So that's something that I'm pretty excited about. It hasn't changed how you can reach people in a detailed targeted cold audience. And if you have the proper ways of gaining retargeted audience information, you guys are going to do just fine with retargeting audiences as well. So it's not something to be afraid of. Those of you who are on right now, how many of you guys have done Facebook ads before and how many of you have not done them yet? Let me know. Be like, I've done them or I haven't. Because here's the thing. If you have done Facebook ads before, the changes are going to look a little scary. If you haven't been in your ads manager account in a hot minute, it's going to look completely different. But I will say it's easy. I do back-end setup for a one-time fee. So if you guys are looking for any support, if you're like, Nicole, I'm not doing this, but I want to make sure that it's all hooked up and set up properly for when I am ready to get back into the ad game, hit me up. I probably have about 5 spaces to get that all set up for the next month. So just let me know and we can chat about that. If you haven't done ads yet, good for you because these changes aren't going to affect you, right? Because you're not going to be like, oh, this is what it used to be, and now I have to do all of these things. What? It's just going to be a brand new experience for you. It's going to be super smooth and easy. So really helpful stuff there, because I know that a lot of people are struggling with these new changes. So if you guys need help, I offer that help. So just reach out to me. We do a one-time fee. We get it all set up for you. And yes, totally ready to talk to you guys for sure. And another point here that I want to make sure that everybody knows, okay, is Facebook ads are still working. They're still going to be successful. Facebook's doing everything in its power to make sure that things aren't drastically affecting like our CPAs, they want us to spend money, right? They want us to stay on their platform and utilize it to advertise and grow our businesses. Obviously that wasn't how Facebook started out, but that's how Facebook lives now, is they rely on small business owners like ourselves to continue to promote and advertise. And they want that to be, successful. They want their cut, but obviously they still want us to see good success from it. So they also are doing tons of trainings. They're helping everybody that they can possibly, as well as themselves, understand what these changes are doing. Currently, past 2.5 weeks, let me tell you, if you do how I teach ads, right, which I do have a program that will be launching at the retreat. Those of you ladies who come to the retreat, you're actually going to get probably like a 33% off on the program. And then ladies that don't come, you'll still get the program. But I'm really excited about that and to offer that to our retreat ladies because I'm going to do it for like $667 and it will be $997 normally when it fully launches. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do Facebook ads properly. I have a 7-step system. It will be like 7 videos with trainings, written notes, everything kind of put together. So if you're wanting to learn how to do this without investing in an ads manager yet, you all will be able to do that. Again, if you're at the retreat though, you're going to get a steal of a deal on it. So let me know if you're interested in that too. But I think a lot of people try to hate on ads because they just don't understand them well. But just know that Facebook wants us to do well with them. They want us to be successful with them. iOS has their own ideas. And right now on my end with what I teach and how I teach Facebook ads and what I do for my clients, we're managing about 10 clients right now with Facebook ads. All of them are still seeing consistent purchases. All of them are seeing good success with ads. ROI is continuing to go up. I have a lot of new clients that started last month, and they've already doubled what we were making in their first month. And I know I think I have a couple posts next week that talk about Facebook ads, but I'm going to bring up it now because I think this is something that isn't explained enough for when you're going to start investing in somebody supporting with Facebook ads if you've never done Facebook ads before. So here's the thing. If you're wanting to do Facebook ads, especially if you're a product-based business, but really, if you're a service-based business, okay, this is who I'm talking to, service-based business owners, you need to understand that it takes at least, a minimum of 3 months of doing consistent advertising at least $1,500 a month of ads spend for you guys to start seeing profit. All of my clients on month 3 have been profitable from their ads, but it has taken on average to the end of month 3 to see that profit coming through. Month 4 to 6 is where my clients are starting to see 2 to 6 times ROI off of their ad spent. All right. And this is something that, I explain to my clients who come in. I'm like, I try to be as upfront as possible. You ladies know me. That's my goal. But a lot of people get frustrated and get impatient. I'm also impatient with my own ads, with what I do for my clients, because I want you guys to see as instant success as I possibly can make happen for you. But it's not possible when it has to be data proven and data driven. Facebook ads, I only have so much control, but then the algorithm behind your ad account, needs to learn. It's an AI system, artificial intelligence. It needs to have 90 plus days of information for it to be like, okay, I'm feeling really good with all these things you're asking me to do. I know the people we need to direct these ads to. I know who it's performing with the best. And that's what you have to remember. So if you're going to invest in ads, it is a long-term game. If you can't do the long-term game because right now you're struggling with sales, or you don't have the investment to make a consistent long-term investment for, think about other ways, right? Some of those other ways could be social media marketing. They could be finding somebody to help make like more product video, product content to get your product / service out there. You need to understand, if you're a service provider, how to sell in your leads that you're getting from Facebook ads. If you don't understand how to sell in leads, again, my retreat is an awesome space for you, because we talk about a lot in my trainings, as well as with Ashley's trainings, who is a sales and pricing strategist. Again, it is so important. I can get you all the leads in the world from Facebook ads, right? And let's say we're 3 months in, we're killing it. You're getting $2 per lead. There's just tons of people ready to buy your stuff. But if you don't know how to sell them in, right, it's going to look like it's a dud. And I think this is really important to say, because a lot of us are great at some things and not the best at other things. And if selling is sometimes difficult, there's tons of help out there to take you to the next level. So when you do invest, you're making sure to optimize on that investment, right? And I think that's something that I need to be more vigilant with my clients and make sure that I have those hard conversations, because I don't want you guys investing in me or investing in other ads managers and not getting the full optimization out of it because we're missing a piece, right? And so that's kind of my conversation that I wanted to make sure to have, and make sure that you're setting realistic expectations for yourself. Now, with me saying that it takes 3 months for ads to become profitable, that does not mean you're not getting sales, okay? None of my clients have not gotten sales in their first months of doing ads, right? All of them have gotten multiple sales, not one, not two, multiple. I think on average, I average per client, especially if they're product-based and we're like selling something under $100, it's between 10 to 20 purchases. And again, that's not profitable yet, but they're seeing traction. We're hitting people, we're getting sales. So I want to make sure that that's not saying like, oh, you're not going to get anything. But it's, again, it takes a while to get us to this space where we are making back what you're investing. That's a good thing, right? That means we're learning, we're adding things to your customer base. You're learning things that you can put on your social media if you're not using us for social media marketing as well. There's just tons of bonuses that Facebook ads get to do other than sales, all right? And that's exposure. That's looking, people look at you as like the expert in that field or industry, which is powerful. You get in front of, you can get in front of your competitors. There's lots of things other than just the dollar amount that you need to also realistically look at too. So hopefully that conversation was helpful, whether you're a service or product-based business owner. Again, if you guys just want to talk about ads, want to see what that would look like for your business, and you're interested and you're kind of ready for that next step, I do free consultation calls, and I'd love to discuss this with you ladies, because I am freaking empowered with the stuff that I'm seeing on ads right now, even after this iOS update, which, okay, like even Facebook people, right? Like the high-end people who are doing all of the data, all the analytics, have no idea what's going to happen. I'm feeling really good about it at this point in time, because I think that we're going to see really good traction. Obviously, how I've learned how to do, my detailed targeting is working. And that's what gets me excited, because I'm making sure that I'm putting all of you ladies in the right space as I continue to teach that, and continue to build my program off of that as well. With that being said, I want to make sure to talk to you ladies about the Women in Business Retreat that I am hosting. Again, we have virtual and in-person tickets. I'm not raising those prices anymore. So I had a plan on raising the prices for in-person and virtual, but they are now staying the same. And I have an awesome payment plan for in-person that starts at just $225 every 2 weeks. Again, that gets you your hotel room for the 4 days, 3 nights, breakfast and lunch, tickets to the conference, one-on-one time with all of the speakers, opportunity to speak up at the retreat and actually do a little bio about your business, do a little pitch for us. So there's tons of opportunity there available to you. Virtual ladies, you also will still have that. Again, it will just be doing in a live video format, but those tickets are still on sale. I have a masterclass that I am doing tomorrow for the ladies who jump into the retreat. We are focusing on marketing and how to sell better online. And if you guys are wanting those extra masterclasses, I'll be doing at least one of those a month until the retreat. I'll probably start doing 2. Those are like crazy bonuses, right? Usually my master classes are between $250 to $500 per class. We have at least 5 of them until the retreat. So If you guys are ready to jump in virtually or in person, let me know. As well as just understanding what this retreat is. It's not just like, oh, we're going there to like sip wine and like hang out, even though hopefully we can do some of that. But it's really there to support your guys' businesses and growing the way that you want that growth and the way that you want to grow. Again, I really struggled when I started my business, but I figured it out, right? I figured it out. I threw a lot of spaghetti up on the wall, but now I kind of know how to do it. And I want to make sure that I set you ladies up for that success as well, because again, hoarding knowledge doesn't do anything for me. It only hinders you. And our speakers are really excited to support you ladies. And again, free masterclass that will be happening tomorrow at 2 p.m. for my ladies who already have bought tickets. So if you're wanting in, you're wanting that free access, I think I've calculated the price, you guys, of like what this retreat is worth, and it's like over $20,000. And the in-person, like I said, it's $1,500 as long as you can get yourself there. And then the virtual is only $397. Prices are not going up. That's what they're staying at. I created this for you and to support you and take you to the next level. If you're wanting to learn about Facebook ads more, marketing, sales, branding, all of the things, right? Like the back end of your business, taxes, accounting. This is a space you guys want to be in. And I'm just so blessed that you're here. Hopefully this iOS training was helpful. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know. But again, the course that I'm creating on this as well will go over how to do all of this, right? And make sure that it's successful. But I wanted to give you guys kind of those pointers so you can start looking into it. But also know if ads are your next step, right, that this isn't hindering them at all. You can still see great success. And I want you guys to see that success. Your business deserves it. So with that being said, thank you ladies so much for tuning in this Tuesday. I will be here again next Tuesday. Those of you who join the retreat, I will see you tomorrow again at 2 p.m. to chat about all things online selling and marketing. And I just appreciate each of you so much. If you have any questions, drop them below. I will answer them. And kick ass for the rest of the week, ladies. Bye. I'll chat with you soon.